All right, guys. So it's officially Q2 of 2025. Today is officially the very first day of April, which means it is officially Q2. So Q1 is over for this year in 2025, and obviously Q1 for this year 2025 for this bull market has not really been that great. Okay. Yes, we did see Bitcoin, pumping to a new high of $109,000. But obviously, we did see Bitcoin having a correction. But as I told you guys many times, that we will see Bitcoin bouncing back up to 100K, even bouncing back up to its previous highs of 109, and of course, reaching a new high. Okay, the top is not in yet. So in today's video, I do want to show you guys a fair few charts. Okay, and there is in fact some other things that I do want to show you guys that's happening for Bitcoin, because there are in fact some big buys happening right now for Bitcoin. And yeah, I do of course, want to give you guys an update on what's happening with Bitcoin now and what can we expect for Q2 for this year in 2025. So let's begin, guys. So Bitcoin today, $83,700. A couple of hours ago, we did actually see Bitcoin pumping up over 84K, went to $84,500. So looking pretty good for Bitcoin, still holding up very, very well above 80K. So looking pretty good right now for Bitcoin. The crypto market today, okay, we're not seeing huge moves happening for Bitcoin right now. Same with Ethereum, it's only up over 2%. Ethereum is still below $2,000. But a fair few alts today for the past 24 hours are actually, bouncing back up. Okay, we are in fact seeing a lot of alts. A fair few alts up over 3%, 4%, some even over 5%. So some alts are, gaining back more momentum. Okay, you guys clearly see that, right? A fair few greens today for altcoins. Okay, and yes, we know, guys, we didn't see alt season happening for Q1, but will it happen for Q2? And personally, yes, I do think that this year, 2025, in Q2, right from April all the way to, I believe, June or July, I can't remember. But I do believe Q2 will be a fantastic time for Bitcoin and altcoins. I do believe Bitcoin, like, this is the time where we will see Bitcoin bouncing back up to 109 as previous highs and, of course, reaching a new high. And I do believe alt season will begin as well. Okay, we have to see the Bitcoin dominance dropping, and when we do see the Bitcoin dominance dropping, that is when alt season will pretty much begin. And you guys clearly see for the past few days, man, alt season hasn't really started yet. Like, the Bitcoin dominance has just been going up for the past few days, right? You guys clearly see, even for the past few weeks, it's up over 62%. But I really do believe this will eventually have a massive drop. And once we do see the Bitcoin dominance having a drop, that's going to be a clear signal that, that's when alt season will begin, because every single time we see the Bitcoin dominance dropping, that is when alt season does start, right? You have to clearly see that. So we have to see this massive drop happening for the Bitcoin dominance. And that's going to be obviously a very, very, clear signal that that's when alt season will pretty much begin. Okay. So yes, guys, it's officially the very first day of April, right? You guys can clearly see that. Okay. 1st of April, 2025. And yeah, this is obviously going to be the beginning of Q2, right? And yeah, we did actually end off last month, March, in the reds, unfortunately, right? It was only down, 2.3%. So nothing too crazy, but we did end it off in the reds. Okay, you guys can clearly see that. We didn't see a huge recovery happening for Bitcoin, last month in March. We didn't really quite see much moves happening for Bitcoin in the month of March. Like, it was pumping and then it would drop back down, down to the downside. But that's fine. Okay, let's just see what will happen for this month in April. This is the beginning of Q2. Since, Q1, we didn't see huge moves happening for Bitcoin, even for Ethereum. Look at Ethereum, 45% it was down. Crazy, right? One of the worst Q1s ever. Okay, for Ethereum, back 2018, it was down, over 40% as well, over 45%, 46% right there back in 2018. But yeah, one of the worst Q1s for Ethereum. That happened. Hopefully Q2, Q3, and Q4 will be, great for Ethereum. Same with Bitcoin, of course, right? Bitcoin was only down 11% in Q1. Nothing too crazy, like I said, right? Q1, we didn't quite see Bitcoin moving as much. But hopefully Q2, this is where everything changed. Okay, this is where, we will see Bitcoin bouncing back up to 100K, reaching new high. And this is when we will see all season starting as well. So fingers crossed that does happen. But I do believe in these next upcoming few months, April, May, June, will be some fantastic times. Okay, and of course, these other months, especially in, Q3 and Q4. I do have a very good feeling for Q3 and Q4 as well for Bitcoin. So get ready, guys, because I do believe Bitcoin is ready to reach new highs. Now, let's get into these Bitcoin charts. Starting off with this one, because Bitcoin is going to have a breakout, guys. Okay, a fair few people think, okay, the Bitcoin top is in. It is not. Okay, I've been telling you guys this many times for the past, few weeks, few months as well. There's nothing to be worried about. Okay, the top is not $109,000. Bitcoin, like I said many times, will go back up to 100K, even back up to its previous size of $109,000 and going much higher. So this chart is showing us here the Bitcoin channel breakout incoming. Okay, so you guys clearly see every single time we have seen Bitcoin having this breakout from this resistance, okay, from this pattern, okay, it does have a breakout. Okay, so once we do see a clear breakout for Bitcoin, it's going to shoot up. Okay, it's going to go much higher. We're going to see Bitcoin have a breakout. It's going to go back up to 100K and then eventually back up to its previous highs of 109 and of course much higher. Okay, this is not the top. Okay, just remember that, guys. And it seems like Bitcoin is following some very similar patterns to what it did back in 2020. Okay, so you guys clearly see this comparison. What Bitcoin did back in 2020, we obviously had that COVID crash right over here. You guys clearly see this was actually a decent correction, and yeah, from there on we did see Bitcoin bounce back up and of course going parabolic. The same exact thing should be happening for Bitcoin. Okay, history does, it does sort of repeat itself. It does rhyme for sure. So we will see what will happen, guys, for this year in 2025. But it's looking very similar. Okay, and if everything plays out as planned, then yes, Bitcoin will go much higher, and it will either way, whether you like it or not, whether you're ready or not. Bitcoin is going to be going much higher, guys. Okay, so be prepared for that. I truly do hope you guys are, taking this moment right now to simply accumulate Bitcoin, to take this as a opportunity, as a gift to buy more Bitcoin, right? It's below 100K, it's below 90K. So this is a great time to buy Bitcoin, right? To simply buy the dip. And hey, if you cannot buy the dip, okay, we get days like that where we cannot buy the dip, right? We buy the dip and it just keeps dipping. I get it, right? If you can't buy the dip, just hold. This is not the time to sell, guys, okay? It really isn't. And guess what? We are here for Bitcoin, in Bitcoin for long term. Okay, we're in it for long term. We're not here for short term. We don't care what Bitcoin is doing short term. If you are a true Bitcoiner, if you guys are true Bitcoin investors and holders, you would understand that we're all in this together for long term, not short term. Okay, so Mags made a great point here that the top is not in yet for Bitcoin. And he says here, okay, I'm going to read this out to you guys. Bitcoin hasn't peaked yet. Each cycle, we've seen a sharp 30 to 40% pullback before the final leg up. And the cycle peak, Bitcoin has already dropped 30% from $109,000. This is the first major correction after breaking the all-time high. If you look at previous cycles, we saw something similar in 2017 and 2021 before the final leg up. This means that this might just be a regular cycle correction, and the next leg up could be coming soon. I 100%, do agree with him. Okay, remember, guys, just because we're in a bull market does not mean we're not going to see corrections. Even when we are in fact in a bull market, we're going to see corrections. Okay, we're going to see pullbacks. We're going to see red days. Okay, I feel like a lot of people think just because we're in a bull market, we're going to see green days every single time. Okay, every moment when we are in fact in a bull market. No, guys, we're going to see corrections, and corrections are completely normal, even during a bull market. So back 2017, even in 2021, like what it shows here, we have seen many major corrections, but Bitcoin does bounce back up. Okay, so this next leg up could be the final leg up, right? And Bitcoin's going to go parabolic. This is where we're going to see Bitcoin, I truly do believe, over 200K at least 200K, over 200K. So be prepared for that, guys. Okay, so here's another chart that I do want to show you guys here. If you can't handle a 20% dip, you don't deserve a 1000% pump, and that's true. I I 100% agree with this. Okay, if you cannot handle these corrections, these dips, guys, you don't deserve these massive pumps that will be eventually coming, because Bitcoin always recovers, guys. Okay, you guys just clearly see back 2017 when we had this beautiful bull run, when we were in fact in this bull market, when Bitcoin was going parabolic. We had many corrections along the way. You guys just clearly see that Bitcoin was dropping 29%, 40% even, right? You guys just clearly see a lot of 40% drops, and it always bounced back up, right? You guys just clearly see that. This massive pump, right? Even back in 2020 to 2021, we saw a lot of corrections happening, right? We saw that Black Swan event. Okay, you guys clearly see that drop like 60%, which was crazy. Very, very scary times. But look, it bounced back up, right? And it went even higher after that. Okay, it reached a peak. So understand this is where we are right now. Okay, we saw many corrections over 20%, right? Right now we're seeing like a 30% drop, but eventually it will go higher. Okay, so understand, guys, everyone that is pretty much selling right now, they're panic selling for no reason, they're going to regret it later. Okay, and they don't deserve these big pumps that will be happening for Bitcoin very, very soon. They truly don't deserve it, right? They are not true Bitcoiners. Okay, because if you are a true Bitcoiner, you would understand, like you would like truly understand where Bitcoin is heading long term. You would not sell your Bitcoins. What is the number one rule, guys? One of the biggest rules out there is to not sell your Bitcoins. You do not sell your Bitcoins. Okay, I already made a video about this a couple of days ago. If you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. Okay, but yes, I 100% do agree with this. Okay, if you cannot handle a 20% drop, even lower than that, like 15%, 10% even, you don't deserve big pumps. You don't deserve it, guys. Okay, these gains that will be happening for Bitcoin, you truly don't deserve it, right? If you cannot handle it. And this chart right here is showing us that Bitcoin has the potential to reach $350,000. Now, that is possible. Okay, so it says here today is the final shakeout before the bull run. Okay, the next real target for Bitcoin is $350,000, and many altcoins will pump as well, and that's true. Okay, alt season will begin. Okay, now is it actually possible that we do see Bitcoin reaching $350,000? Honestly, it is. Right, it really is, because a lot of money is flowing into Bitcoin. Okay, new whales are buying into Bitcoin. Okay, we are seeing a lot of institutions, okay, buying into Bitcoin. We're seeing a lot of countries adopting into Bitcoin. We have seen a Bitcoin ETF, a Bitcoin strategic reserve just recently. That is massive, right? We are seeing what the US government is doing. Okay, their plans with Bitcoin. Their plan is to accumulate 1 million Bitcoins. And I've heard, okay, there's rumors. I don't know if this is actually true, but I've heard that they are selling their gold for Bitcoin. Okay, so that is massive, guys. And with that, all that happening, okay, those are just some of the few things that are happening for Bitcoin, that is already happening for Bitcoin. That is huge, right? It's really going to push the Bitcoin price up even higher. Okay, it will, guys. So it is possible that we do see a 350K Bitcoin, right? And if we do see a super cycle, Bitcoin can go way higher than 350K for sure. So we will have to see, but it's all about patience, guys. Okay, I'm not saying it will 100% happen, but we'll have to see. Okay, we will have to see. Now, check this out, guys. Okay, Michael Saylor, okay, Strategy, they bought more Bitcoin. Okay, they bought more Bitcoin yesterday. So you guys clearly see they acquired over 22,000 Bitcoins, 22,048 Bitcoin, right? You guys clearly see that, which is insane. So they now hold, okay, in total, they now hold 528,185 Bitcoin, which is insane. Okay, so I went on their website and it actually says it. Okay, it's actually true. Bitcoin count, okay, 528,185 Bitcoin, which is insane, guys. Okay, the largest company out there that holds the most Bitcoin. Okay, and that's Strategy. So that is absolutely amazing to see. This is the power of DCA. They've been DCAing to Bitcoin for a while now, for the past few years, ever since I believe late 2020, right? Marco Saylor / Strategy, they've just been DCAing into Bitcoin, which is amazing to see. We've all seen that chart, the times where strategy have bought and accumulated Bitcoin, and yeah, that is truly the power of DCA. Okay, so amazing to see, guys. They now hold 528,185 Bitcoin, which is fantastic. Crazy milestone. Okay, and I really do believe one day it is possible that we will see them owning 1,000,000 Bitcoin. It is possible, so we will have to see, guys. But guys, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. I will keep you guys up to date on what's going to be happening with Bitcoin, so stay tuned for that. But yes, I do believe Bitcoin will bounce back up even higher, so Bitcoin holders, be ready for that, because Bitcoin will go a lot higher. So I hope you guys are ready for that. But guys, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. Give a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel. That is always appreciated, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.